how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, Season 3, Episode 210. We're making a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Something real simple. Shout out to Arnell. How are you doing on you guys' way in? Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. But today we're just keeping it simple, and we're going to put a little bit of fruit on the side. And I have some bananas back here. So, keeping it real simple for today. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Okay, got my can of peaches. Got my fresh bananas back here. Bacon. If you don't eat bacon, you can always use turkey. You can even not even use meat. Or you can use ham. You can use whatever type of breakfast meat you want to use for this particular sandwich. We're keeping it very simple. We got our bacon, 2 eggs. We got our English muffins here. And these are sourdough. These are sourdough English muffins. And then I would normally use sliced cheese, but I only have shredded. So we're going to use shredded cheese. Hey Kelly, how are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, those are the ingredients. Keeping it very, very simple. Making breakfast today. Okay, I'm gonna try to not keep readjusting the camera, but I can't promise on anything. First thing we're gonna do, we got our pan here for the bacon. We are gonna start our bacon. Then I'm gonna turn this on. I don't like that one, so let's go to the next one. But how is everybody doing? Are you guys eating today? What did you guys have for breakfast? No, I'm not doing scrambled eggs. I'm gonna do my eggs over hard. That's another thing. Shout out to the food gang, keeping me on my P's and Q's. You can make your eggs any way you would like. I've even had them with scrambled eggs. I had it with over easy eggs. But we're going to kind of do an over hard. I don't want the yolk to be really runny. But make the eggs however you want. Typically, when you go out for breakfast, they will ask you how you want your eggs. And the way it works is this. If it's scrambled eggs, all of the eggs are cooked all the way through. And they are mixed together. Over medium is where the white and the yolk is running. Over medium, the yolk will be running, but the white should be cooked. And over hard is like, it's all cooked, but it'll be flat. It matters. It matters. And then we got our bacon here, and I got my scissors here. So I normally like to open this over the sink because like sometimes there's water. Hey, how are you doing? Toast, how are you doing? Not water, but there'll be like liquid. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, y'all go ahead and subscribe. We cook our... I'll be doing a whole bunch of things on 7 videos. I'll be cooking. I'm eating food. I do like panel shows. So I do a little bit of everything. But y'all, today, y'all gonna get me for the whole morning. Let me tell y'all why. Hold on, let me rinse my hands off first. Hold on. Okay, because right after this, I'm going to do another live stream. And we're going to talk about some hot topics. We're going to do our time for tea. Like, you know, I was thinking, I was like, what we can do is before we need time for tea, we can cook. So here we are, here we are. We got the pan heated up for the bacon. The bacon is right here. I don't typically put down any grease or oil or anything like that because bacon is very greasy. And then I have a frying pan back here to make the sandwiches and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. It's feeling pretty hot, so I'm gonna put this bacon in there. Let me just use my hands and be done with it. Yes, I like my bacon crispy. That's another thing, like, the thing about breakfast, I feel, is that it's all about preference, you know? It's like, how do you like your eggs? How do you like your breakfast? Or your bacon? How do you like your sausage? You know, some people like the sausage with a little bit of char on the outside. Some people consider that to be burnt. It's all about preference. You're gonna just lay that bacon in there like that. I've even seen some people where they don't cook their bacon flat. They stir it around. I've seen some crazy things. Some crazy things. And I try not to overlap it too much. But I am going to put this whole pack in here. And what I do when I rotate these pieces, I'll make sure they go on the bottom. Y'all going to see that. Sometimes I'll put mayonnaise on my sandwiches. Sometimes I won't. It just all depends. Yes or no, I love bagel sandwiches. We have to do that on here. Because I haven't done one of those with you guys. Love me some bagel sandwiches. There used to be this coffee shop when I lived in Portland. When they would make their bagel sandwich, they would put sauteed spinach on it. And it would be really crispy bacon. And then they would make their egg over hard with some cheddar cheese. And you could pick what kind of bagel you wanted. It was so good. And then the coffee at that coffee shop was delicious. And it was perfect because it was like, they had a place where you could go into. And then they also had the drive-thru. So you could just go to the drive-thru. You can get a coffee and a bagel sandwich, and it wouldn't cost that much. It was super, super good, too. And you know what I got? I actually like blueberry bagels. After that will be cinnamon raisins. And, yeah, I don't really like the savory ones, you know. I don't mind the everything one. It's not bad. I think I tried the onion one. That was weird. I like when they do a cheese bagel without the jalapenos. I don't do the jalapenos. So, what type of bagels do y'all like? What is your preference of bagels? Oh, and I want to talk to you guys about what's going to happen coming up. Because you guys know it's summer in Alaska. So, what we're going to do is we're going to switch out of this season and go into season 4. So, I'm going to be posting a poll on my community wall. I wanted to post it before I came here, but y'all know I always be late, stuff be happening. I'm going to post it on my community wall, and I'm going to see what you guys want to eat for the season 3 finale. And I have a list of what the options were. I'm going to fix this real quick. It might flicker towards okay, I believe the options were meatloaf, shrimp Alfredo, burgers, or fish fry. I'm going to be posting that poll on my community tab very, very soon to see what you guys want for the season 3 finale. What y'all want to eat. Because y'all know anytime we end the season or we have a milestone, we got to cook. Okay, I'm just gonna get my English muffin, and this is sourdough. Sourdough English muffin. Hey, best friend, how are you doing today? We just out here cooking. We making something simple today. We're making. A bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Very, very, very simple. How are you doing today? Did you cook anything? Are you at work? What's going on with the food game? One thing I would say about these English muffins is that they are kind of like tricky to open. These ones I have. I think this is the Thomas brand, I think. But they're pretty tricky to open. But that's okay. They're really, really good though. I've been eating these past couple of days. And I now said everything bagel or onion and poppy seed bagels. I have not tried poppy seed bagels. And Lilian said, yum, I need a plate. I'm starving at work. Oh my goodness. Ain't nothing wrong when you're at work and you be hungry. It's even, well, I think it's really bad when you work in the kitchen. You really be hungry. You really be hungry. For real, for real. And what I'll do, because I don't know if your guys' stove is like this. Let me know if it is. I feel like my stove cooks hotter on one side than it does on the other. So what I do is I will rotate my pan. And I don't know. I've always felt that way with like certain stoves. I feel like they be hotter on one side than the other. Okay, Ava loves bacon. She's a very picky eater. So I'm happy when I find something that she likes. Baby. I was looking like, what part of the name can I say? Evan Arnasa, is your fire set on high? This is an electric stove, and my pan is probably like on like a 7. But even when I don't have it on high, I feel like it just does that, you know? I thought you just always cooked uneven. Y'all see that? It just popped and got me. Oh, and what I like to do halfway through is I will strain my bacon so that too much oil doesn't like collect. I'll strain it. And you kind of know when you need to strain it too. And I now said toasted muffins. Yes, I have a pan back here, and I'm going to complete the toasting of the muffins and the sandwich on the pan. Sometimes I will put my bread in the air fryer, or sometimes I'll just cook it on the pan. And honestly, every time I make a breakfast sandwich, I make it a little bit different. Sometimes I toast it in the air fryer, sometimes I toast it on the pan. What did you guys eat today, the food gang? Okay, and I wanted to know, what is your favorite type of bagel? I'm going with blueberry. Arnell said poppy seed. He had a couple of choices. He had like top 3. But you know what? When people ask me a question, it's so hard for me sometimes to really narrow it down. Especially when it's food. Just because food is so complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just give somebody one answer for food sometimes. And we're going to be draining this pretty soon. Then we have our peaches here. I'm going to put them into a container. And then we're going to put them in the serving dish soon. Get our bananas ready. So typically when you go out to eat, what they'll do is they'll give you hash browns or breakfast potatoes with your sandwich. But today we're going to do a side of fruit. Okay, so when you're making bacon or any fried food, it's a good idea to get a napkin and a plate together to catch all the grease. And what I do is I will take my bacon out of this pan, and then I will drain the grease. So, and what I'll do is when I drain the grease, I'll put it into a cup. And sometimes I'll keep the bacon grease and use it for other things. Sometimes I won't keep the bacon, or I'll keep it, let it cool down, and then get rid of it. It just, but if you like bacon a lot, you can keep that grease and use it when you're cooking. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my plate right here. And we're going to take this really, really hot bacon off the stove and oil. And you just see all that grease. There's a lot of grease in there. We're going to pour that into a cup in the sink. And when I do this, I have the water on warm. And then Arnett said, keep the grease to fry chicken. There are a lot of things that you can do with bacon grease. So a lot of people tend to save their bacon grease. Because, I mean, bacon makes a lot of grease. And, you know, a lot of people don't eat pork. They got, and that's fair. But you can see, like, how much grease that is. So I'm going to pour it into a cup in the sink while the water is on. Sometimes I'll rinse my pan out if there's a lot of stuff in the pan. Because if you put it back in the heat, it'll burn. Okay, and you guys can see the bacon is pretty crispy. We're just gonna, you know, make it really, really crispy. We're going to put our bacon back in here and finish it. Some of them might be done. Some of them might need more time. And then after this, we're going to start building our sandwich. And we're going to cook our eggs too. I almost forgot about the eggs. See, like this piece right here is pretty much done. It doesn't need much more time. Okay, so we're finishing up our bacon, and while that's going, I'm gonna get our fruit ready. Yeah, I told y'all it's gonna be a quick one. And then this is what me and Arnett were talking about. However you like your bacon, however you like it. Some people like it a little bit rubbery. For myself, I personally do like it a little bit crispy. But it is pretty much done here. So we're going to get this off the stove. And this pan is very hot, so be careful. We're gonna come with this one. We're gonna give this pan a little bit of time to heat up. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put down our eggs and our bread. I'm gonna put some butter and oil on this pan. So and we're gonna make 2 sandwiches. Back this up a little bit. There we go. You don't really see the old-fashioned toasters no more. They replace those with the air fryer, I feel. Because the air fryer can do more stuff. And honestly, one thing I would say with those air fryers, with the toasters, it kind of always, I felt like it burned my toast a lot of the times. Like those little those toasters didn't work out for me. Okay, and so my egg is going to be over hard, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack my yolks like this. But yeah, those old-fashioned toasters would always burn my bread, I feel. And like I said, sometimes I use the air fryer. I have some salt and pepper here. Sometimes I use the air fryer, and sometimes I just do this. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. The other day when I made a breakfast sandwich, I did put my bread in the air fryer, and I have my banana here. And my egg is not quite ready to flip, so we'll kind of wait on that. So I'm just checking this, making sure. And I said, got to be scrambled for me. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Everybody has their preference. We're dealing with food here. And there is nothing wrong with anybody's preference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your food. Eat it the way you want. And that's why when you go to the restaurant, one of the things that they ask you is how you want your egg. That is one of the things I will say is like, they do give customers, you know, free range over that as how you guys want your eggs. That's what somebody else was telling me. They're like, I ain't got. You know what's funny? I used to be the same way growing up. We always ate scrambled eggs. And so when I would go to restaurants, that's just what I would order. It wasn't until I was older and I went to culinary school that I really started eating differently as far as like the eggs. So I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on my muffin. No jam or jelly. You can put some mayonnaise on here if you would like. Or you can put with, you know, whatever toppings you want on here. It is totally up to you. Honestly, like, when I do my sandwiches like this, I don't feel like it needs anything. Now, I know how y'all feel about this, because we've been through this before, Foodie Gang. And this is, we got our bacon here. I'm going to crush that up. And I'm going to turn this burner off. Because it's pretty much done now. I'm just making my sandwiches. We've been through this before, and I know how y'all feel. Ooh, that's hot. Dang. Be careful on this step because it is hot. And then if you wanted to, once you take it off, you can always add something to it. You know, like, it's... Let's see what you want to do. I think they're out there cutting the grass, y'all. But yes, we are going to be moving out of this season. We're going to get into season 4. And we're going to go outside, too. What type of outdoor content do y'all want to see? I know y'all want to see outdoor content, but what do y'all want me to be doing while I'm outside? Okay, Arnell said grilling outside. I was thinking about that. Because I've kind of seen a couple of content creators do that. And I had a grill last summer. Well, I didn't have a grill. I was borrowing a grill. But I got to get one myself. I got to get a little outdoor setup going on. And we need to be grilling. Or I need to take y'all to a barbecue or something. Okay, Arnell said grilling outside. Arnell said more cheese, please. Okay, we put some more cheese on there for you, Arnell. I wish I had sliced cheese, which would be perfect, but I just have shredded cheese, and that's still okay. You gonna make it work. You gonna make it do what you do. What type of meat you want me to grill right now? What type of meat? You want to see some burgers? You know, I got to do hot dogs because I have a little one. When you have a little one, you got to do kid food too. I'm always like readjusting the camera and then like playing with it. And then when I watch it back, I'm like, I need to stop messing with the camera so much. So we got some banana here I'm going to cut up. We got our bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches made. There's some cheese on the bottom, and I put a little bit of cheese on top as well. We have our egg over hard, and then we got our crispy bacon here. On a sourdough English muffin, we have a side of peaches. Okay, this is what we made. Let me show y'all a close up. And then, I'm gonna say grilled chicken, carne asada, shrimp. Oh, you know what? I made before that was so good. I made these teriyaki shrimp skewers. So, we got sourdough English muffin. We got some bacon here. We got our egg. We got some cheese on the bottom and a little bit more cheese on the top. Now it is cheddar, peaches, and bananas. Alright, we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna taste it. We're gonna sit and we're gonna chat. We got another one right here. And then I'm just gonna wash it down with some water. I mean, orange juice. You know what? I need to drink more water, so I'm actually gonna wash it down with some water, cause that's what I need to be drinking is water, especially because the weather is changing outside. I need to stay hydrated. I need to stay hydrated, food gang. Okay, but ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of OJ. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. See, can y'all see everything? Okay, let me grab. Here we go, here we go. Okay, a little bit of breakfast before we do time for tea. We're going to do another live stream. We're going to get into what's going on with Tory Lanez. Right before I got on here, Chris Brown had got arrested in another country, so I'll see if I can find a video on that. But we got our food here: bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with sourdough English muffin, and then we got our sides here. We got some fruit. We got bananas and peaches. But this is the important part. Hidden for. Here you go. Okay. Good. I think like breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and it's really good. The bread it's got fried in the pan, has that butter on it. The bacon's really good. The egg, cheddar cheese is hitting. It's just a really good, simple breakfast sandwich. Bacon, egg, and cheese. So good. This is like making McDonald's at home. You know how you can like go order a sandwich, but when you make it at home, I'm telling you, it's gonna taste so much better and different. Yes, a patty sausage would be good. Okay, so I'm in Alaska, and one of our popular street foods here is reindeer dogs. I don't know if you guys have ever tried them, but they're really good. This one particular coffee shop that I go to, and I've been going there for years, but I just realized that they have this breakfast reindeer sausage sandwich. It's pretty much like this, but with reindeer sausage. It is so freaking good. I'm gonna have to get reindeer sausage and make it at home because that sounds just so good. It's too good, and when I eat it, I'm like, man, I shouldn't be eating this. It's so good. It has an egg over hard, cheese, reindeer sausage, and the English muffin, and it is delicious. If you have not tried a reindeer hot dog, give it a try. If you can find it. I know Costco, well, I'm in Alaska, so I don't know if Everybody Costco has reindeer sausage, or mine does because I'm in Alaska. Yeah, there's like reindeer in there, and there's like a whole bunch of other stuff too. It's like pork and beef and reindeer, but it's really good. And this reindeer sausage, it's not like a hot dog. It's not like a hot link. It's just different. And in the shorts category on my page, I actually did a short on how it's an Alaskan street food. It's reindeer sausage. Blaze, what's up? What's up, Blaze? You almost missed it. I'm gonna have to bring you the other one. He said, "Here we go again. Breakfast is being served, and brother can't even get a plate." Shake my head, selfish. Well, Blaze, you gonna have to show up to get a plate. How you gonna get a plate and you're not gonna be here? But we got a bacon, egg, cheese sandwich. We got some bananas and peaches. Blaze, you can't get no plate if you're not here. That's all I can say. But reindeer sausage is really, really good. It's an Alaskan street food. And every time I go to the club, when I get out, the food carts don't just sell regular like hot dogs. Well, they might. I don't know. But I'll be asking for the reindeer. The hot dog carts sell reindeer sausage. And they be out there even in the winter. Every day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then during the day, they be by the courthouse in the winter. But when you get this hot dog, it'll be so hot. And then you could put whatever toppings you want on it. It's so good. It's honestly, I don't really go out a lot. But when I do go out, it's one of the reasons why I go. And Blaze, no problem. You know, I gotta give you a hard time, Blaze. No, cheesesteaks are not big in Alaska. We have this place called straight out of Philly. I haven't gone there in years. I haven't gone there in a long time. But I will be honest with you guys. Every time I order a cheesesteak out, most of the time I'm disappointed. And I'm like, I could have made a better one at home. Most of the time. Not every time, most of the times. My bad, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. My bad, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? They know I'm cooking, so they won't sound. But yes, reindeer sausage is one thing that's popular out here. I'm trying to think, like, are there any other things that are just, like, popular in Alaska that you don't really get nowhere else? I don't know. I gotta look it up. That piece was so good. Because the bread was like crispy. And so was the cheese. Or no. When you say cheesesteaks, are you talking about Philly cheesesteaks? Like, I have, and if so, I have done Philly cheesesteak sliders. But you want me to do like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, like the sub. Right? Right. You know what, Arnold? You might get what you asking for sooner than what you... Because I got peppers, and I literally have cheesesteak in the freezer. So that might be something we might see on the menu this weekend. Philly cheesesteaks. I just got to get the bread and the cheese. But I have a whole lot of peppers. I went to Costco's the other day, And I don't know why, but I got this big bag of peppers. And I've been kind of thinking like, oh, what can I do with these peppers? Because I feel like I always do stir fries, but I love stir fries. Okay. You want fries on the side? What's up with the Philly cheesesteak? Put your order in on there. But I have some meat in the freezer. I got some peppers. I gotta get cheese and the bread. I think I even have fries. You know what? Okay. So, I want to get out of season 3 and go into season 4 because it's summer, it's a new season. And I've been thinking about what we can cook for the finale. What if we make the Philly cheesesteak for the finale? That's a possibility. Some of the other things I was thinking about doing was a meatloaf. Or I was gonna I might do a poll. I was thinking of fish fry, meatloaf, shrimp pasta, or burgers. But I like the idea of the Philly cheesesteak. That sounds good. I have done catfish and I love catfish. So when I ended season 2, which was the summer season, that was like 2024, like summer, we actually did a fish fry. And I did a catfish dinner before where I made mac and cheese. I think it was green beans, mac and cheese, fried catfish, and I think I made a tartar sauce. I love me some catfish, and I really want some catfish, and I want to fry some fish. Because it is that time, it is that time. Arnell said fish fry. Yes, I love fish fries. And I was looking back at my content. Y'all loved it too. But that fried fish, I'm gonna get some halibut, some catfish, but definitely gotta do a fish fry in the future. The season in the breading is key. I think last time I made my own fish fry, it was like cornmeal, flour, and I think I put some Cajun seasoning in there. I don't quite remember, but I do have the recipe in that video. I'm gonna have to reshare that video so all my new subscribers check it out. We did a fish fry, and then I did a catfish dinner. It was so freaking good. Now I'm gonna eat these bananas. Because y'all know how bananas are. Once you cut them, they be turning. And somebody had asked me to make a cocktail sauce. So I made a Big Bang cocktail sauce. And then I made tartar sauce. I am not a huge fan of cocktail sauce. But I know a lot of people are. And when you fry fish, be prepared that somebody's going to come by and ask you for cocktail sauce, tartar sauce. And then when I was in Oregon, they used to put malt vinegar on their fish. I never tried it before, but I never really seen that until I moved there. Definitely, I definitely want a fish fry. I'm not really a big fan of cocktail sauce, but I made it for you guys because I knew um it's popular. What I want to do though is I want to make like some cooking videos on how to make like tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, like because I've already done them on live, so I don't necessarily need to do them on live. I can just make videos and edit those. I know, like, there's a couple of things I want to do in season 4. Um, Shout out to the food gang. You guys sent me some recipes that I wasn't able to get to. There's one recipe that I really want to do. I want to try. It's this Mexican fried ice cream, but it's not fried. It's like made a different way. It's like a baked. I don't know. It's like you make the coating and then you get the ice cream and then you roll it in the coating. But I want to try that. Um, I want to do a banana split. I don't know why I've been thinking about that so much. Definitely want to do some more fish dishes, salmon, things like that with you guys. And right now, I would have to look it up. But I believe, and I might not, I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head. I believe it's ketchup, horseradish, Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper, and I may be missing a couple of ingredients. But yeah, it's pretty simple to make it too. You know what's funny? A lot of these sauces that we go to the store and we buy all the time are actually very simple to make. I think the reason why we tend to buy these things is out of convenience. And I don't know who was cutting that grass, and I don't know how much grass they have to cut. But I feel like the whole time I've been up here, they've been cutting this grass. Like, dang, how big is your yard? Thank you, Caesar, and I agree. It's very simple. And then, like, when you go to a restaurant, they'll probably offer you like hash browns or breakfast potatoes on the side, or they'll give you the option to have seasonal fruit. All those options are fine. I would get hash browns, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Your girl was gonna make breakfast potatoes on the side of my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, but I woke up late. So then I had to simplify my menu. I said, man, I woke up late. I'm already late to showing up to what I gotta do. Let me just do some fruit instead of trying to do potatoes because your girl running late. But I got a whole bunch of potatoes I gotta use up. I bought them. You know why I bought all these potatoes? You remember those shrimp boil bags I did that were so delicious? I want to make those too. I definitely want to make those. So I got a big bag of potatoes. I have some shrimp. I gotta get some sausage, some corn. But I want to make those so bad. But I was gonna do potatoes on the side, but your girl was running late, so I was like, let me just do something quick. So then I came up with the fruit, which I think, you know, Honestly, like I need to eat more fruit and vegetables. So it all worked out for me. We are going to be doing another live stream. We're gonna be doing time for tea. I'm gonna have StreamYard up. It's gonna be open panel. Anybody wants to come up and join? We're gonna be talking about that for a little bit, and I'll be sipping my tea. I'm gonna make I've been making this chai tea, and what I'll do, I'll put hot water in there and then some warmed up almond milk, and then I'll steep the tea bags for like five. I would say 5 to 8 minutes. Sometimes I'll leave it in there longer. I'll steep the tea bags, and then when you take it out, it tastes so good. If you have honey, you can put honey in there. You can put a little bit of sugar in there if you want. It's totally up to you. But I'm gonna make that. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. But here we go. And you can add anything to the sound sheet if you want. This is pretty much like what McDonald's and what a lot of the fast food places serve. But I'll tell you this, foodie gang. If you buy a pack of bacon and you get a package of muffins and eggs and cheese and you just make it at home, in the end, you will save a lot of money if you just cook at home. But sometimes I understand we be on the go, we be on the run, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But try to cook at home, every once in a while. Okay, I will see you guys shortly in the next live stream. We're going to be doing time for tea. I just wanted to come on here and make breakfast with you guys really quick before we do our morning show, time for tea. Yeah. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Shout out to all the moderators, all the members. I want to do a special shout out to the gang. We got Blue and we got Casey. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel. Yeah. I'll see you on the next one. And if I do the poll, be on the lookout for the poll on my community tab. You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang.